आदत जिसको समझे हो वो मर्ज कभी बन जाएगा। आदत जिसको समझे हो वो मर्ज कभी बन जाएगा। फिर मर्ज की आदत पड़ जाएगी, अर्ज न कुछ कर पाओगे। गर तब्दीली की गुंजाइश ने साथ दिया तो ठीक सही। गर तब्दीली की गुंजाइश ने साथ दिया तो ठीक सही। पर उसने बीगर छोड़ दिया तो यार बड़ा पछताओगे, तो यार बड़ा पछताओगे। With this innocent message reflecting the theme of our second talk show, I, Naveed Naik of 90 Inventors of Ayesha Academy, welcome all our lovely viewers with the universal greetings as Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Dear viewers, today we have with us two vibrant and versatile students of our academy. I welcome both of you to our show. Kindly introduce yourself to our viewers first.
Thank you, Naveed. Assalamu alaikum, dear viewers. This is Harun Gulzar from 10th Explorers of Ayesha Academy.
Thank you, Naveed. Assalamu alaikum, dear viewers. This is Malik Abdul Hanan of grade 9th Inventors of Ayesha Academy.
Dear viewers, today's talk show is destined to eradicate the menace of drugs from our pious society. This show is aimed to liberate my sweet brothers from disgrace, disrespect, and hatred. So, we are going to discuss this crucial issue, that's drug addiction, with our two guests. First, let me ask Mr. Harun. So, Mr. Harun, the first thing to reflect is what is it that leads to drug addiction?
See, it is a great question, and unfortunately, it is not an easy one to answer. Almighty has bestowed us with sweet relationships, with sweet life, and has imbibed in us nothing as a sort of evil. But alas, sometimes in the greed of wealth, and sometimes in the pomp of wealth, sometimes in the backdrop of grief, and sometimes to get relief from grief. कभी गम को भुलाने की आड़ में, तो कभी खुशी की झूम में. Man resorted to such evils which Almighty Allah has strictly prohibited, and one such evil is drug addiction.
Thank you, Mr. Harun. So, Mr. Hanan, do you feel nowadays we have any security when we leave our respective homes since this menace has engulfed us everywhere?
See, Naveed, all the forms of drugs like chars, ganja, heroin, opium, smoking, alcohol slaughter humanity. I would like to tell my personal experience. See, every day I leave my home, my father is vexed. My sweet mother feels insecure and my brother dejected. Why? Only because the poison has removed all the elements of humanity from our society. I can further add that it's a psychosocial evil that spawns antisocial behavior such as stealing, crime, violence. Besides social stigma that is destroying the vitals of the society and leading to its overall downfall.
Thank you, Mr. Harun. So, Mr. Harun, can you please tell our viewers how many approximately in our Kashmir are addicted to such substances?
Yes, of course. According to United Nations International Drug Control Program, that is UNDCP, Kashmir division alone has more than 67,000 drug addicts, and the number might have raised as the census was taken a few years back. It was also proven that 4,000 women have been included in the same count.
Oh my goodness. Don't you feel it's becoming really a grave issue? Who do you feel is responsible for this social menace? A parent, youth, or the people who deal in selling of drugs?
So, Mr. Naveed, your question is who could be held responsible for this menace? From my perspective, all are having a major role to the drug abuse, but I may hold co-parenting highly responsible for it. Is the answering liberty and the financial liberty of the parents that leads the youth to drug abuse? Parents ought to monitor and supervise the children. Their social circles must be restrained. The society and mostly law has this responsibility. The law framework, that is police, must choke off the drugs that are known for the abuse. It's my handful request to the government, that is lawmakers, to come up with some robust strategy to tackle this menace, or else our nation is doomed. See, parents alone can't eradicate this vice, but the law enforcement policies need to be executed in such a way to curb and extinguish this menace.
I totally agree with my colleague Malik Abdul Hanan. It is not an overnight process to root out drugs from our society. Life is very precious, and resorting to such substances for escapism will leave only hollowness inside.
Thank you so much, Mr. Harun. So, dear viewers, it was all about today's talk show. I want to end our show with the message. अगर आप बाप हो तो बेटे पर नजर रखो, अगर आप माँ हो तो बेटी पर नजर रखो, और अगर आप भाई हो तो दूसरे भाई पर नजर रखो. And if you are a teacher, watch your students before we all cry. Why if Zaharan Chibiyon Jigar Khorte Bulbul. This was all about today's show. Stay safe and stay tuned.